the children. And that would be a misnomer. What we actually want to do is create the narrative, is how it's commonly said. I say it like this. We want to create the family folklore. All families have their folklore. Less so when we're not living an indigenous life in this modern civilization, but still, if you look at it, and I ask my clients to look at this, what do you teach your children about Santa Claus? And we're a Jewish family, and Santa Claus isn't part of our lexicon, but still pops up in books or malls. And what do I teach my children about Santa Claus? That's my family folklore. What do I teach my children about the tooth fairy? The way I'm doing it is really different. You probably don't even want to hear about it right now. But what is the folklore that you create? Those are more casual, of course, but still, a young child's mind, if we're talking about elementary school and younger, those children need the storyline that makes them feel safe and loved. And change is okay. This is the other hot tip. Change is okay for a child. Some people go to join the Peace Corps and take their children to Botswana and are doing what they're doing there. There's change. So it's really about preparing the child for change. And one way to talk about it is a family reorganization. This notion of divorce that feels so heavy or big to us, we don't even necessarily need to instill on the children. And when we create the family folklore, they'll figure out that whatever you taught them equals, oh, people say divorce, but you don't have to start with these constructs that feel heavy to us. You're creating the narrative. So obviously, there'll be separate homes. They'll need to understand that. When you speak about it, though, you can use the creative terms of, our family is going to go through a change. Okay, so that's one hot tip on the setup, the lead-in, is getting a child ready for change. Then how do we do the change? There's things to consider about tapering. There's things to consider about, age levels differ. My answer would differ a lot here, but that's something we can obviously specifically consult on. Including the child in decisions, including them in decisions of, I had a couple recently where they were setting up, a second bedroom. Do you want your bedroom to look so much like the one you had when we all shared one home? You see how I'm using this language. Your bedroom to look like when we all shared one home? Do you want it to look the same? We could make it mirrored. Or would you like a whole new way to set up your bedroom now that you're going to have two homes to live between? Even partly about scheduling, children could be involved. The most important keys here are that the children feel honored, that they're given a narrative that makes sense and is developmentally appropriate. And through the whole thing, there's some feeling of normal change, great change, but normal, loving, and bonded. And the last thing I want to say in a short, this is a short Q&A, and I don't want to go into too much detail. To any degree possible, tell the kids, because you're asking what to tell them, but obviously you're going to tell them what you're going to do. Tell them there's going to be family time, and make it family time. So even if our family is now divided in two separate homes, and you will be doing a lot of things with mom, you'll be doing a lot of things with dad or the other mom, however it's set up, separately, and you might even be living some days separately, even though we're going to make sure that we do your Sunday soccer games all together. We're going to, go swimming once a week or horseback riding together. Let the kids know and make these plans as to the degree possible to have a child-focused, short group activity